I know it's hard, I know it's complicated, but I promised you I've been waiting here forever. I had a much to say, but you're not here with me. No, we're invincible, like fire in the snow. Trust me when I say you are my beautiful world, and I'm feeling it all. We should make an effort. It's true you're so far away, and it's true you don't feel the same. But if you take my hand, we can try and go back. Starting from scratch, I won't let you go. No, I can't let you go, 'cause you're my gravity, and I will never leave. I won't let you go. No, baby, I will not, because I still believe. You're my gravity. You will never be what I expected. Different frequencies, that's why we ain't connected. You know I will make it through. I got nothing to lose but you. It's true you're so far away, and it's true I can feel the same. It's another day, you know you want me to stay, but I go my way. I won't let you go. No, I can't let you go, 'cause you're my gravity, and I will never leave. I won't let you go. No, baby, I will not, because I still believe. You're my gravity. You're my gravity. You're calling out my name, but the echo numbs your pain. Sorry, but more than just a shadow, I'm more than just a man. You don't care how I feel, you don't know how I feel. No, you don't know how. I wash away the sorrow till my heart can beat again. You're my gravity. No, you're my gravity. I will let you go. The only thing that I know, you were my gravity, but now I had to leave. I will let you go. Why do you think that I want? Why do you think that I want? I know how to breathe into my gravity. 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 I know it's hard, I know it's complicated, but I promised you I've been waiting here forever. I had a much to say, but you're not here with me. No, we're invincible, like fire in the snow. Trust me when I say you are my beautiful world, and I'm feeling it all. We should make an effort. It's true you're so far away, and it's true you don't feel the same. But if you take my hand, we can try and go back. Starting from scratch, I won't let you go. No, I can't let you go, 'cause you're my gravity, and I will never leave. I won't let you go. No, baby, I will not.
Warning. The Duracell Cup Series data file you have attempted to access is out of date. Uploading current file now.
It's a brand new car from stem to stern, and it's never been raced at these speeds.
The next gen car is opportunity.
Everything is different with the exception of like the seat, the steering wheel, and your helmet.
Unknown creates excitement.
Talking about my generation.
Hello everybody and welcome back to the Kentucky Speedway as we continue on our double-header race weekend here in the Bluegrass State. We're getting ready for pole day, qualifying here for our 21st race of the season for the NNSCRA Duracell Next Gen Cup Series, coming off the heels of the quite interesting road course race last week at the Donkey Kong Jungle Raceway, and we take one step closer towards the close of this regular season. This will be the 6th to last race of the regular season here at Kentucky. It will also, I believe, be the next to last mile and a half here in the regular season, as we'll be going short track racing, road course racing, and 2-mile speedway racing to close out the regular season and put together that playoff grid. We begin here tonight with knockout qualifying, go or go home qualifying. 4 drivers showing up here at this mile and a half to qualify for the final 2 spots in the field. Pretty much our regulars, if you will. No one-offs, our full-time regulars here, attempting to be one of the 2 drivers to participate in tomorrow afternoon's festivities. As we look at Autumn Brooks, Autumn, I believe, is just now on the clock in that 62 out of garage 55. Autumn looking to make her 13th start on the season. She currently has the most starts of the non-charter drivers so far this season. Bryce Egan not that far behind, 1 start fewer than Autumn. Brooks with 2 top 5s, 4 top 10s in her 12 previous starts, as she'll come around and put a 32.006 on the board. That is second fastest to this driver, who is going to be leading the field to green later on this afternoon on the Light Series side. Bryce Egan capturing his first Duracell Ultra Light Series pole yesterday afternoon. And he's looking to pull off the double here at Kentucky, as right now a 31.495 has him P1 in this qualifying session. Bryce looking to make his 12th start on the season. He's still searching for his first career top 5, but has 3 top 10s in his previous 11 starts. He just gotten dropped down to second. A 31.398 puts Autumn Brooks at the top of the board. Kyle Langland right now sits third, 31.712. Kyle, another driver, looking to pull off the double here this week. We'll see him later on this afternoon in the Light Series race. Kyle Langland looking to make his 5th start on the season. As in his previous 4 starts, he's had 2 finishes inside of the top 10. Those finishes have also been inside of the top 5. Let's see what he can do here on this lap with a little under 2 minutes remaining. He does improve, but still sits third on the board. He improved to a 31.663. And there is our 4th and final driver here of this go or go home qualifying session. Another entry out of the Blue Oval, or not Blue Oval Automotive, I'm sorry. Make that the World NOS Racing stables. Hiccup Bush still looking to make his first career Duracell Next Gen Cup Series start. Right now 4th on the board at 31.991. Improves to a 31.528. That will move him to third, but he's about 0.05 off of the second fastest lap right now, which currently is held by Bryce Egan. Autumn Brooks, I believe she feels that 31.398 going to be enough for her to transfer. Bryce Egan coming in as well. So it's down to the World NOS Racing Ford Mustangs. No improvement there for Kyle Langland. They're looking to beat a 31.495. And Hiccup Bush does just that. Top of the board for the Brandt Mustang, 31.346. That will move Autumn Brooks down onto the bubble spot, and Bryce Egan is now outside of the cut line. And I don't think he's going to have enough time to be able to get back out there. Thought maybe Hiccup Bush would come to pit road here, thinking that lap time be good enough, but he's going to run another one. No improvement, much slower, over a tenth slower that lap. So now the pressure is on Kyle Langland. I don't think Bryce Egan's got enough time to get back out there. Yeah, he's still sitting on pit road. So now it's a question of, is Autumn Brooks going to transfer, or can Kyle Langland make it a World NOS Racing sweep, get both of the non-charter entries into the race? Zero's on the clock. This is going to have to be the lap right here. He's going to have to beat a 3.98, and he's going to clock in at a 7.63. Absolutely no improvement there. That is over 0.2 slower than his fastest lap in this session. So Hiccup Bush with a flyer is going to make his first Duracell Next Gen Cup Series start here this weekend. We saw Nathan Fogler make his first career start last week at Donkey Kong Jungle Raceway. And we'll finally get to see what Hiccup Bush can bring to the table on the racetrack with 41 other competitors. Autumn Brooks is indeed going to be the other driver to transfer in. Bryce Egan, who will lead us to Green Light Series race later on this afternoon. Kyle Langland will be participating in that race as well. That'll be the only race that they will be in here this weekend, as they will both be DNQing this weekend in the Bluegrass State. So we'll take a quick look at the lap times here, and you can see both Bush and Brooks in the 3s, Egan in the high 4s, and Langland never was able to break out of the 5s. So Egan, Langland, DNQ. Hiccup Bush will make his first career start. Autumn Brooks will make her 13th start on the season. And we'll now take this quick commercial break and be back to find out who's going to get the pole here at the Kentucky Speedway as qualifying continues right after this. Thank you for tuning in to today's broadcast on NNSCRA TV. If you enjoyed your watching, it would help us out a lot if you'd hit that like button. Also, if you're not already, be sure to subscribe to become a part of the NNSCRA crew today. And if you're on your phone, be sure to click that bell to be notified whenever we have a broadcast here on NNSCRA TV. Once again, we thank you for your support, and we hope you continue to enjoy today's broadcast. We welcome you back here to Kentucky Speedway. Just wrapped up Go or Go Home qualifying moments ago. Now getting ready to find out who's going to capture the pole position here in preparation for tomorrow afternoon's race. That'll be taking place at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Last week we ended up seeing our 5th repeat winner on the season, James Qualls, going to victory lane at Donkey Kong Jungle Raceway. Adding that to his victory earlier on this season at Indianapolis. Now he, Carson Gum, Dustin Bolin, Matt Haas, and Connor Breton, all multiple-time winners on the season. Certainly you got to think those drivers have locked themselves up spots in the playoffs at this point in time, all up inside the top 20 in the point standings. They're going to get in either through top 10 in points or through one of the 6 valuable wildcard spots. I believe only 2 of those multi-time winners are outside of the top 10 in points. The other 3 are in the top 5 in the overall standings. First car out on track, making its way on by our camera there, is the 21 of Matt McIntyre. Matt McIntyre is trying to find a little something here, as he was a driver for a good portion of this regular season who was hovering just in the latter portions of the top 10, but something as of late has really hit them in a slump, and now Matt McIntyre finds himself coming into this weekend's race 25th in points. He lost 7 spots in the standings last week, and he has been free-falling, it seems, for about the last month or so. So trying to find some of that momentum back is the driver out of Michael Norman Motorsports. Eric Monaco, the defending Light Series champion, and the 45 out of Lake Effect Autosport. He comes into this one currently 11th in points. So while we talk about Matt McIntyre free-falling, Monaco has been slowly climbing. The consistency has all of a sudden been found. He'd love to find victory lane. He'd love to lock himself in through a victory, but he comes into this one only 7 points outside of the 10th position in the standings. The driver he's just passing right now is 10th in the points, that being Quentin Moore. So that'll be an interesting battle between those two during the course of tomorrow afternoon's race, as there was some dust kicked up there on pit road. Either somebody got their right sides into the grass coming down pit lane, or somebody may have attempted a pit stop and may have overshot the commitment line. That's something we'll have to keep an eye on, I guess, during the course of tomorrow afternoon's race. Carson Gum, points leader coming into this one, but not by much. He and Levi McIntyre continue to be deadlocked for that points lead. 1 point advantage coming into tonight's race between himself and the 99. Carson, of course, with 3 victories on the season. Would love to add a 4th here at the Kentucky Speedway and tie with Destin Bolin for most wins so far in Season 8. Laura Chung had a shot at that victory last week, finished runner-up to the eventual champion James Qualls. Had that mistake off the final corner that lost her the race lead and ultimately the race win. Laura Chung, though, coming off that top 5 finish, 7 positions gained in the standings, 17th in overall points, looking to ride that momentum. And I mentioned it last week when we were at Donkey Kong Jungle Raceway, the fact that Laura Chung is a former winner at Watkins Glen, so, not surprised to see her run well at a road course. Well, that track, Watkins Glen, we're going to be there in 3 weeks' time, a track that Laura Chung is a former winner at. So if momentum is there, victory may not be too far behind. Jesse Turner has jumped to 2nd on the board here behind this pack of race cars. Jesse coming into this one 23rd in points. A driver that we're kind of used to seeing at least get a victory during the regular season, make it into the playoffs. A seasoned veteran, but not been finding luck here this season, as Jesse only 1 top 5 on the season so far and 4 top 10s in the 20 previous races that we've run here. Jacob Busch is making his first career start in the Duracell Next Gen Cup Series. We saw him qualify his way in through the knockout qualifying session just moments ago, trying to make the most of it. He was top of the board for a brief moment. He has since dropped out of the top 10, currently sitting in 11th, but I think he's just happy to make his way into the field. Multi-time winner on the season, Connor Breton, who right now would be in the 2nd wild card spot, as he is 19th in overall points. He's 34th on the board right now. So he would start pretty deep in traffic if he were to stay there. Ryan Brommer. Keep an eye on the 87 here this weekend. He's only 10 points out of the overall points lead. Had a great run last week at Donkey Kong Jungle Raceway. Was able to gain some more ground on both Carson Gum and Levi McIntyre. 22nd on the board right now for the Mug Root Beer Toyota Camry. Another 2-time winner in Matt Haas. He's currently in the number 1 wildcard spot. 15th in overall points, our Daytona winner. Right now in the 30th position. A couple of drivers. This will be their home track. A couple of Kentuckians in the field, including this driver, Dylan Poteet, who right now is fastest on the board at a 30.710. Poteet still looking for that first victory on the season. Remember, he was a Final Four contender last season, but now with 6 races left until the playoffs, he is sitting 31st in points. No victories, 2 top 5s, 4 top 10s. Poteet is in a must-win situation, and more than a must-win situation, he is in a must-win 2 races situation, I believe, in order to be able to leapfrog a lot of the one-time winners, get into a high-seeded wildcard position. Plus, as well, he's got to get back in the top 30 in points. As I mentioned, he's 31st in standings. The other hometown driver, we'll see if we can find him here, went to victory lane last week for his second win on the season. That's James Qualls. Right now 31st on the board for the Wix Filters Chevrolet. But another driver out of Kentucky. Qualls with a victory last week as well. I don't think we can necessarily count him out of the conversation for regular season champion, as he is now only 28 points out of the points lead. Dylan Poteet, Jesse Turner right now hold the front row, first and second fastest in the session. Levi McIntyre is third with Casey Hoyt, Benjamin Snyder, currently your top 5. Speaking of champion, let's find the 94 of Jessica Shelton, running the Mac Tonight colors this weekend. There she is. Well, I thought that was her. May have accidentally passed over the 94 car. There she is. I notice she's top 10 in the running order right now, 8th in the standings, and Jessica Shelton coming into this race currently 38th in points, still searching for a victory, 3 top 5s, 3 top 10s. People may be wondering, is there still a chance for the 94 to find some late season magic and get into a playoff spot? The answer is yes, but she needs to get 2 victories. There's no way that with 1 win, I don't think that she'd be able to have enough races, 5 races, to find consistent enough finishes to get into a wild card position. Another driver that I think as well may need to find victory lane before the conclusion of the regular season is this guy, Daniel Voiles. Now, he's been able to make his way back up into the top 30 in points. That's been an important thing for him. But what he has not been able to do is get himself high enough in points where he's got a secured wild card spot. Now, I believe coming into this race, he currently is in the 4th wild card position, because he is one of 4 drivers that are inside of the top 30, outside of the top 10 with a victory. The problem is he is currently 29th in points. There are about a dozen drivers ahead of him in the standings between 10th and 28th that could find victory lane in these last 6 races. And if he is not ahead of at least 2 of those new race winners, he would be the first car on the outside looking in for a wild card position. So either he's got to find victory lane again here between now and the end of the regular season, or he's got to find back-to-back top 10 finishes to get himself up high enough in the point standings to eliminate the possibility of multiple first-time winners on the season being higher than him in the point standings. One driver that has absolutely no worries of advancing to the playoffs this season, Destin Bolin. 23rd on the board, but 4 wins on the season. He's 5th in overall points as well. He's 40 points out of the points lead. Again, another driver I'm not sure we could necessarily count out of getting that regular season championship. Remember, the regular season champion ends up getting 15 bonus points towards the playoffs first round. That is equivalent to 3 race victories on the regular season. It's not a guarantee, but the percentage is very high of you being able to utilize those bonus points to advance your way into the second round, the round of 12, in the playoff standings. Well, Dylan Poteet, Kentucky native, going to get the pole position here at his home track. It'll be his 2nd pole on the season, making him the 5th multi-time pole sitter here in Season 8. 30.710 put up very early on in this session. Going to garner him that pole position, leading us to green in tomorrow afternoon's race. He'll have Jesse Turner to his outside, a couple of drivers that were in the playoffs last season, currently not even close to in the conversation for a playoff spot this season, they'll look to have that starting track position maybe translate to their first wins in Season 8. Levi McIntyre, who's looking for that regular season championship, he is going to line up in third. Levi is still looking for his first win on the season as well. Let's not forget that. While we've been talking about him and Carson battling for the regular season title, Carson's got 3 wins. Levi's still got a goose egg, so he's still trying to find that checkered flag. Casey Hoyt, good qualifying effort in 4th. Benjamin Snyder there in 5th. Hoyt looking for his first win on the season. Snyder looking for the first win of his career. Laura Chung, 1 week removed from that runner-up finish. 6th is where she will start. Nick Gunther, good qualifying effort in 7th. Jessica Schulten, Nathan Ormond, and Reggie Fogelman going to be your top 10. Hiccup Bush, in his Cup Series debut, will roll off the grid in 11th place. And Carson Gum right behind him in 12th. So Levi will have the track position advantage over Carson in their back and forth for that overall points lead. But they're going to be both starting up inside of the top 15. Look a little bit further down on the running order. Obviously, Kentucky is a track that you can pass at, so starting at the back isn't necessarily a horrible thing, but means you're going to have to pass a lot of race cars. And some of the notables will be starting pretty deep in the field. Alexander Rowe, who comes into this one 6th in points, starting way back there. James Qualls, our winner from last week, going to start outside the top 30 in the 31st position. Jack Mitchell, 29th as well, another driver that is up there in the top 10 in point standings, 8th in overall points. Came off of a good run last week at Donkey Kong Jungle Raceway. And Matt Haas, who currently sits in the number 1 wild card spot, going to start pretty deep in the field as well. But that's a look at where everybody qualified, subsequently what your starting lineup will look like for tomorrow afternoon's race. Hope you guys enjoyed this qualifying session. If you did, be sure to, if you liked part of the crew today. We showed you your qualifying results for tomorrow afternoon's race in a couple of hours' time at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It's the Duracell Ultra Light Series drivers getting ready for their race here from Kentucky. Hope you'll join us for that, but if you don't join us for that and we see you tomorrow, I've been Seth Cole, and you've been watching another broadcast courtesy of NNSCRA TV, Offline Racing at its best.
The following has been a presentation of NNSCRA TV for the private use of our audience. Any other use of this telecast or any pictures, descriptions, or accounts of the game without the consent of the NNSCRA is prohibited. NNSCRA would like to thank all of our loyal fans, and we hope you enjoyed today's broadcast.